But again, the big story on Saturday, Demetrious Johnson ties Anderson Silva's record, 10 in a row, 10 successful title defenses, submits Wilson Reis, and he is kind enough to join us on the phone right now. DJ, how are you?
I'm doing good, Ariel. Thanks for having me, brother. How are you?
I'm doing great. Congratulations. Wow, what a win. Where does this one, I don't know if you do this sort of thing, but I feel like you're getting, in your older age, a little more reflective. Where does this one rank for you, considering, the history that was made, considering you submitted a BJJ black belt, considering how dominant it was? Could you rank this one as far as your favorite victories as champion?
They're all great victories, man. To be honest with you, I mean, Wilson Reis is a great fighter. Comes from a great camp, and I'm just happy to get the victory. But I'm not a type of person where I reflect like, oh, this was the best win of all. They were all good.
Did it feel the way you thought it would in terms of tying? We talked about tying the record and how much that meant to you. You've been talking about this for a while, and I feel like it's only starting to get some attention now. But the moment you did it, you tied the record, Dana White puts the belt around your waist. I was looking at you. You weren't even smiling. You were all business. Why?
It's a business, baby. It's a business. I'm focused, and now we got 10. Now it's time to get to 11, and then we'll see what happens after that. That way, now it won't be. It's sending all Anderson Silva's record. It's called Demetrious Johnson and Anderson Silva's record because I have come to that, that level of his stature. So now I'm going to try to break it, and then it will just be called, the mighty record.
Now, is there something to this? I feel like early on in your run as champion, I feel like you were just going out and you were fighting at your best, highest capabilities possible. But now I kind of feel like there's a bit of a chip on your shoulder. Like you want to actually go out and finish these guys and prove your point that you are the greatest of all time. You said it yourself. Is there a difference in the way you are approaching these fights? Like before, I mean, you even talked about with the Horiguchi fight where, in seconds left, Hume calls out something and then you finish him right at the buzzer and maybe you could have gone for it earlier, but for whatever reason you didn't. Now I feel like you're going for the kill a lot sooner. Is that accurate?
That's definitely accurate. Back in the day when I first title finished second, third, obviously I would go out to the finish and fight, but now I'm just on a different level and focus, going back to what I used to do when I was an amateur. It made me more successful. I'm watching my fights and asking a lot more questions. I'm always asking questions. Dana White said it. After this fight, I asked a couple questions. I'm like, what could I have done better? I'm always looking for perfection. And, the next one, I'm just going to be even more focused on rather than finish for the 11th time.
Have you watched the fight yet?
I have watched the fight.
How many times?
Twice.
Twice. What bothers you when you watch it?
That's none of your guys' business. That's
what?
My own partaking.
Why?
You guys are supposed to look at it as a flawless masterpiece. I go in there and I dissect it. Every great artist out in the world, they're always going to go back and look at their own thing, and they don't want to, my eyes, they don't want to share their secrets, with them successful. So for me, I go back and look at it, and I can see things that nobody else can see, and I'm like, okay, how can I make this better and better?
Okay, but there are things. You can confirm that? There are things that you see that you're like, damn, I don't like this?
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah, absolutely. I can say that.
But this one, as far as like your typical fight, you watch it after and you see holes. You don't see many holes in this one, right?
No. I don't see many holes in any of them. I mean, they're not holes. I don't want to call holes. It's more like I said, I'm pretty sure when Picasso, I don't even know if Picasso is a painter, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Cindy. Picasso. I'm sure Picasso, when he banged out one of his best pictures, I'm pretty sure after the picture is done, he'd take a step back and look at it and, do it. It's just like rappers. When they make a song, and then they're like, oh, man, that song was tight, Bad and Bougie. It's an amazing masterpiece. Shit, let's get Remix, let's get Drizzy on it, let's get DJ Khaled on it. So they make it a little bit better. So
right.
Not just in my last 4 minutes, there's anything now I'm like, oh, man, I wish I'd done this better. I'm like, how can I make that better? That's the way I'm on it. That's how people should look at it. Like, how can we make this better?
The big story of the week going into the fight was the lack of respect that the UFC has shown you in the fact that they've only given you one belt. They don't let you keep the belts. And you're right. Every time, I see Bisping's living room, he's got 2 belts. I see Cormier with the belts. I've seen guys with the belts. Ronda, we've seen them. They've never given you one belt? Like you keep giving it back?
No. I have one belt. I have the original belt that I got from 2000. Which I was fine with it because that was a new thing. I heard that, they stopped giving the champions belt because, at that time, there was a time before my time that you had dominant champions like Anderson Silva, Matt Hughes, GSP that they just kept, winning. So they had 8 or 9 belts, and they're still in on the streets that they kept selling them or giving away. Those are all rumors. And so now we became the time for now. There was champions, but not very consecutive champions. They kept on winning them, so they kept just handing belts out to everybody. But now, when I started fighting, my first one took the one home. The second one, I gave back 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th gave it.
Wait, I lost you there at the end. For some reason, DJ, what's going on? You have the greatest video game setup of all time, and yet your cell phone reception over there is always very troublesome.
It's it's where I live. I live in the valley. I live and they keep saying they're going to get more towers out here, but it's just where I'm at. So I apologize. I'm actually in a different spot right now in my house. It's
literally the only knock against you. It's your cell phone reception. There's nothing else people could say about your personality, your demeanor, your fighting skills, your video game skills, just your cell phone reception. So what happened after you came out and said this, and you said you want your damn belts, you want to take the picture like Floyd, like Andre Ward? I'm sure you saw Dana afterwards. Did you say, what's up with my belts? Where am I going to, how can I get these belts?
Yeah, we talked, and he said we're going to take care of it. So I believe Dana's a man of his word, and we're going to get taken care of.
Now, do you think they'll just give you the belts for the picture, for the photo op, or actually let you have 10 belts? No, we lost you again. Mr. DJ.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're back, but I didn't hear anything that you said there.
No, I will.
No, we lost you again.
Okay, no.
Lost you.
Mary.
Come on.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yes.
Okay, I'm going outside my house.
Yes.
It's a reception. It's a reception here. The house is made of solid gold, so it has reception getting out of here. So let me go outside.
The Mighty Mouse Mansion. How's the fence, by the way? Do you have to power wash that every spring, or once you do it once, it's good for a few years?
It's good for a few years once you do it once, but the fence is looking good. But like I was saying,
okay.
When I get the belts, and if I are able to take that picture, then we'll decide if they let me keep it or not.
Oh, okay. So nothing's really set in stone at the moment.
Nothing's set in stone until you have it in your hands and you're walking away,
Right. So I was saying this before you came on. I was saying that we as an MMA community need to stop worrying about trying to make others into Demetrious Johnson fans. We need to leave that up to the UFC, how to promote you, ratings, all that stuff and more. We need to appreciate what you're doing. But what bothers me, what makes me kind of sad, if that's the right word, is that there is such a gap between you and the rest of the division. We don't truly recognize how great you are. You actually might be better than we all think you are, if that's even possible. If you're beating, future Hall of Famers and legends on a consistent basis on your way to 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 title defenses, you're actually considered better. You will get that respect. Plus, as you know in this game, conflict equals cash. Nate and Connor, that was a much more popular feud than any title feud last year, and you have yet to find that foil. Now that you're a little more, real with your emotions and your feelings with all of us, do you think about that sometime? Man, can I just get someone who's on my level, who can bring the best out of me, who can get people emotionally invested in these feuds and these fights? So it's not just me versus Mr. X, and they're only talking about me and not so much the other guy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally understand what you said, but you look back at Ronda Rousey's career, the only big, feud or conflict she had in her career that I ever saw was just her and Miesha Tate. And then other than that, I just love watching Ronda fight. You could put Ronda, a sheep in the octagon, and everybody and their mama would tune into there. So that's the status I'm trying to go to. I'm a nice guy. I don't look for conflict. I'm not the type of guy who goes out on the weekend and looking for conflict at the bar. I'm always home with my family and family man. So it's kind of hard for me to create conflict with people. We've had conflict, me, John Dodson, and we fought twice. It was over with. He talked a whole bunch of garbage, and I was like, okay, we'll see what happens when we get an octagon. And then afterwards, then it was over. So, but I think truly when I'm done fighting, I think people will miss, how I went about approaching my fights.
Yes.
No bullshit, just pure dominance, I guess.
Yes, I do feel that as well, but I also feel like your peers, which is probably the most important to you, are starting to really recognize your greatness. It just seems like when you fight, so many tweets showing their appreciation for you. Do you notice that as well?
Yeah, I noticed it, and I'm truly appreciative of it. I think every athlete on the UFC banner are great athletes. I don't know about any of those guys, and it's always awesome to get the respect from the peers.
Now, this is a theory I have. I believe that you are actually happier sitting in front of your computer screen and broadcasting your video game playing skills more so than fighting in front of millions of people. Like, you actually enjoy more the Twitch stuff, the video game stuff, than the fighting stuff. The fighting stuff is sort of a means to an end. Your true enjoyment and passion comes when you're with your people, with your fellow gamers, if you will, doing your Twitch stuff. Is there anything to that?
Man, it's hard to say, you know. My coach laid it out perfect for me, and he's like, you know, video games for me is like my true passion. I think mixed martial arts is my true passion, but there's a lot of stuff that comes with mixed martial arts, you know. People's mindset and the way they view you changes on a drop of a dime, Ariel. Like, I couldn't have gone out there and laid a fat egg and lost. Everybody was like, I told you guys he was the best power fighter in the world. I told you this and that, blah, 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 blah. People make up things, and they'll be like, Jones the GOAT, Connor's the GOAT. It just changes in a drop of a dime. So when I'm playing video games, I don't have to worry about pleasing anybody. I'm just sitting there chilling, relaxing, doing my thing. You know, when I fight mixed martial arts, it's very stressful. It's because you got to go out to perform. You know, then you got to be like, you know, I read something last night that was like interesting. People were like, "Oh, that sucks," or whatever. I don't want to go into it, but it's just like that. People are always throwing things to discredit you on certain things, and that's why I'm like, dude, you're either going to love my fighting style or you're not. I'm going to keep doing my thing. I'm going to go out there and keep on winning and collecting belts and collecting checks. Just like Daniel Cormier. Boo me. Go ahead, boo me. I got all my belts. I'm getting money. You guys enjoy going to work on Monday. So that's why I come to a point. You know, when I'm playing video games, I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a great time. I'm starting to explore different avenues. And fighting, there is going to be in. Like, I can't fight when I'm 45 years old. Like I tell you what I can do when I'm 45. Play damn video games.
Yes, and I actually signed up for your Twitch. After that same afternoon, I was a man of my word. I signed up. I actually watched one of your broadcasts, and I must say, it was like kind of soothing. I didn't really understand the appeal, and I still don't understand the appeal of watching someone else play video games. But your commentary and seeing how engaged you were, and then the running commentary of the chat room, I must say, it was almost like the same kind of enjoyment that one can get from listening to a baseball game. It's not intense. It's not in your face. It doesn't get your blood boiling, so to speak. But there is sort of I get it. I sort of understand it a little more. And I thought that you were great at it. And then I found a video of you getting like super pissed off. There's like a compilation video. Have you seen this thing of you getting really mad?
Yeah.
That's more emotion than I've ever seen out of you in any fight.
Yeah. You know, first thing with Twitch, you know, I look at it, some people look at it as, you know, a podcast, therapeutic. So we've had guys come in the channel who's like, dude, I've had a shitty day. You know, thank you so much for, you know, taking interest in me or noticing me and telling me that everything's going to be okay. And I mean, we've had guys come in and goes, man, I'm drinking a 40 Mickey Ice, about to get locked up in 2 weeks. I'm like, why are you in trouble? Stop getting in trouble. Keep your ass out of the streets. Keep your ass home, pay your bills and all that stuff. We've had guys come in there, talk about the divorces, and we try to help them through it. So it's just, some people look at therapeutic, and it's therapeutic for me. You know, I sit there and we talk about fights sometimes, and then sometimes people are like, hey, who do you want to fight next? I'm like, I don't give a damn. Ban this man. Get him out of here. So it's fun. I truly appreciate everybody from the Twitch community, and you did, you know, hit the follow button. We're waiting for you to subscribe to the channel, Ariel.
Now, what's the difference?
So when you subscribe to the channel, you're supporting the broadcaster. Okay. And then you get the emoji cons and all that stuff, and then Twitch, I put it right back into the stream. So last night I showed everybody the stuff I'm working on with the step animation and all that stuff. I just bought like, I think $800 or $1,100 worth of brand new equipment for sound. So I'm always putting the money back in the stream. So that's the difference. I think you get other cool perks or whatever.
Okay, so I haven't done that yet, is what you're saying. I thought I did.
Yeah, you thought you did, yeah, but everybody's waiting for you. So, for instance, last night we gave away a UFC Reebok Championship kit, one of the hats. I wore it and signed it on the stream.
Whoa.
And somebody won it. So I'm actually going to go to the UPS store after this interview and ship it off to the guy.
Wow. What a mensch. I mean, you're something else. Do you know what a mensch means?
Like a peach? I don't know.
No, it's kind of. It's like an old Yiddish word. It's like you're just like a great person. You know what I mean? Like you just won, defended your title, and you're going off to the UPS store to send, you know, a Twitch guy a hat. That's just an amazing thing. You're not going off on a cruise. No, Entourage, you know, I mentioned this on Saturday. no posse, no entourage, no change in team, no change in manager, no change in coach, no change in nothing. I mean, it's amazing. And when you see how other guys change along the way, and females as well, you've never even I've never even sensed like an iota of change in your personality from the early days. That's the true mark of a man right there. Well done.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm a very loyal man, and I like I said, I've been to AMC since the very beginning of my career, and I even had losses underneath the AMC. That doesn't mean you go off and search for something else. And granted, guys who jump camps and go different things, there's life happens. People don't see eye to eye. People outgrow each other, or things change, which is totally fine. But for me, I've been with the same woman since my second amateur fight. She was in the octagon last night. Joel, Brad, Matt. That's all I need. All I need is Matt and Brad there. Everybody else is there for the right. Obviously, I need my wife there, but those are the two guys who put a lot of work into me, and I like it. I think when I come to my fights, they're like, all right, who's in your corner? Just me, Brad, and Matt, and Joel. They're like, all right, nobody else? Just you four. I'm like, yeah. But then you have Billy Bob over there, and he goes, yo, man, I got TJ, DJ, this guy. Oh, I got his cousin, too, and his mama's cousin's here, too. So, I don't know. I think for the UFC, it's a little breath of fresh air, too.
Okay, so what's up with Cody Garber? And do you buy into any of this? Like, do you really think he wants to fight you?
Guys, we're not even going to go down this route. Me and Cody have talked off-scene, so you guys don't worry about it.
What? You can't do... What do you mean? That's not cool.
I can do Ariel, I can do whatever I want. You know that.
What? You're going to hold out on us?
Yeah.
Why? We need to build this up. Oh, no.
Me?
There's that cell reception again. Again, his only flaw as a human being. Fighter, human being, cell reception.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah. Now you're back.
Sorry, the wind's blowing. It must have been that. I don't know. But I got to tell you, I'm not a drama person. So me and Cody talked off scene, and everything's fine, dude. We're just,
When did you talk?
It's just business. Don't worry about it. We talked. Actually, he came and picked me up in his G40 jet. He picked me up. He landed right in front of my house, dude. He landed right in front of my house.
Get out of here.
I got on there. He was wearing one of his thick-ass suits he had, and his girlfriend was sitting there. So we went out. We flew to, the Himalayas.
BS. See, now you ruined the whole story. What's happening here? Why can't you tell us? Do you think that will be your next fight if he wins?
No, it would not be my next fight.
Okay.
Don't worry about it, okay?
Are you ever going to go to 135? Why would you ever even entertain that idea? Why not just win 20 in a row?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, why not? You know what I mean? I mean, Dana White said it on this Saturday. He was like, dude, I'd rather have Demetrious Johnson stay down to 125 and just crush the record.
Yeah.
And I was like, that means a lot. I can respect the man who says that. Like, people are like, oh, you need to go up and do this. Like, why not be the greatest ever? The UFC signed a whole bunch of great new flyweight talent that are undefeated, and I would not mind putting my name against their name at the loss.
Do you think that you are underpaid?
No, I get paid very well. I mean, I don't. I mean, a lot of people out there might say that. Obviously, what's Ariel Helwani, are you underpaid?
Hell yeah, I'm underpaid.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, I think anyway, would I love to have way more money? Absolutely. I am willing to work hard for it. So, I think my next title defense, we will see what happens. And I'm very happy, man, and I'm very appreciative of what I have. But I always want more, and I will work for more. I'm not asking for anything that's out of reach. If I went in the office, says, hey, I want X, Y, Z, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fight anymore. I just want you guys to send me a check for that amount of money. Then yeah, I can seem to say no, but they're like, hey, I want this. Okay, well, you get the 13 title defenses, and we'll definitely write you a check for that much. I'm like, okay, I'll make that happen. Then I'll get to 13.
You always look at these things. I know you have it in your mind already. When do you want to fight again?
You know what? To be honest with you, this is the first time in my career that I haven't really looked at it.
Oh, why?
Obviously, okay, I'm lying to you. Probably September in the fall area. That's what I'm looking for. But I'm gonna let my body heal. I'm gonna let it heal. Just let my mind relax, enjoy this victory, and just take my time. Why
did you lie to me just then about something so inconsequential?
I don't know, because everybody's like, oh, when do you want to fight again? Who do you want to fight again? It's like, doesn't matter. Like, I just won. Like, I literally got off.
True.
I was streaming last time on Twitch. Like, who do you want to fight? And it's like, ban this motherfucker. Just ask me who I want to fight. I just got done fighting in less than 24 hours, asshole.
Could you tell me though, 48 hours later, who you think is on the radar?
No. I won't tell you guys who's on the radar until UFC sends me a contract, and then we sign it. And then that's how it was with Wilson too. Like, I knew Wilson was fighting, but I didn't know if he was either going to win or not. And I didn't care if he won or not. I started my training camp, and I knew I was going to fight April 15th because, like, if the UFC gave me an outline of their events that's coming up in the fall, I will look at it. I'm like, I'm like, okay, I'll fight. I want to fight this day. This day works out perfect. I like the location. I'll start training, 10 weeks out from there. And then whoever they call me as the opponent, that's the opponent. That's how I've done all my training camps. And then, so it doesn't matter who I fight. It's about the date and where the location is for me.
Do the ratings bother you? How do you digest those?
So when the ratings, I always like to have facts when it comes to ratings, right? So, like I said, I got in an argument a while ago on Twitch about am I a draw? And then we try to break down what is considered a draw in mixed martial arts. So for this one, I went on Twitch and I asked everybody, and I was like, I want to ask everybody in the world, not in the world, but on my Discord, and I said, have any one of you guys seen a commercial for my fight against Wilson Reis? And it was like, no, I haven't. Nope. One guy goes, yeah, I seen it on UFC.com on a YouTube channel. It was like 35 seconds. I was like, okay. I was like, I haven't either. You know what I watch all day? Fox Sports 1 and Fox, because I'm watching Monster Jam because of kiddos. And I haven't seen a commercial. And then the first time I saw a commercial for my fight was UFC 210. Was that the last one? Yeah, Daniel Cormier's card. First time I saw a commercial. And that's 1 week prior to my fight. Channel Fox, nobody around here in Puyallup didn't even know I was fighting, just because they didn't see any commercial. So then you have to take that in accountability. Like, okay, how much advertising did they do? All that stuff. So I put that in the back of my mind, and I'm not worried about it. I just go out there and put on performance. And Luke Thomas said it last night. He's done policing people to be my fans. If you don't like what I did Saturday night, if you don't like how a white belt who's never done one gi jiu-jitsu tournament submitted a black belt, that's your bad, but I'm very proud of myself.
You should be. You really should be. Very well said. And I agree 100% with that assessment. And I also agree that, and I've been saying this for a long time, too many fights, which forces the UFC to basically promote week to week. They only have a week to promote because last week they were promoting DC. The following week they're promoting you. This week they're promoting Cub. They can only go week to week, and that's a problem. It's hard to get people truly excited about the fights. You got to go out and promote. And when you're doing shows every week, it makes it a little more difficult, but that's not on you, that's on them. So if they want to capitalize on your greatness, maybe they have to get a little more creative with their promotion. For now, though, enjoy the victory, enjoy making history. I look forward to you breaking the record because I 100% expect you to do so. And again, I'll reiterate what I said before you came on. Thank you for never changing, DJ. Like I said, I can text you, ask you to come on the Monday morning after your victory, and I know that you'll be there. And that, as a media guy, that means a lot. So thank you for never changing, and thank you for always being you, and thank you for representing the sport so well.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate that. And I'm pretty sure if I get a 20-title advantage, nothing would change. I'll still be the same old goof.
That is a great thing to hear, and I don't doubt that as well. Enjoy it, my man, and we'll talk to you soon, and I'll be subscribing tonight, all right?
Oh, you better be a man of your word, or we'll ban you.
I will be there. I will do it. I will do it. I promise. Thank you, Demetrious Johnson. Very interesting final comments there about the promotion of the fight, and I can't say I disagree.